So, my name is Sanso Chimna, also known as ARASA Malik, and I wanted to do a live video really just to give you a little bit of a background of who I am, my journey, and also to be a little bit interactive, to ask you guys questions about how you feel about African identity, what would you want me to talk about when it comes to African identity, and ultimately me showing you how I trace my African identity via the Balanta people of modern day Guinea-Bissau. So that is my ethnic lineage. So, I mean, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of like saying, oh yeah, I come from this people, I come from this place, and they always people like to big up where they come from. This is the thing in America I find more than any other place, because America, it has so many different types of people. So, and then there's also American culture, which is the big overarching culture. So I find it's hard. I mean, it's easy actually to get caught up with the dominant American identity. So I find a lot of immigrants especially like to big up their native culture. So to be honest, when you think about that, or when I think about that, I think of African Americans now, and I think of, when we want to big up our culture, what do? Any African Americans that are watching, how do you big up your culture? How do you big up your ancestors and your heritage? Does that look like you bigging up African American heroes? People who have done amazing things in our history and are notable people? Does that mean, you looking in your own family for notable people? Like, these are the questions I've always asked, and I've always had in my conscious and mind ever since I was a little kid. I remember when I was a child, I used to always ask my parents and anybody in my family, really, who were my ancestors? Who was my grandfather? What was his name? What did he do? What about my grandmother? What about our aunt over there? Like, where did they come from? You know what I'm saying? I was always interested in heritage ever since I was a youth. So that's something that I guess you could say is my passion, learning about myself and finding myself. I think that's a cliche term, to be honest, in this day and age. But I think finding yourself is one of the most important things you can do while you're living on this planet, in this existence. We're all given a set amount of time to live. So I find that to find your reason for being here and your purpose, if you will, is centered around your identity and where you were in your previous life. And when I say previous life, I don't mean anything new age. I just mean who your ancestors were. What got you to the point where you are now? Knowing that, honoring that, and then moving forward in order to live a life according to that, right? That legacy. So I find for Black people or I should say Africans who are descendants of enslaved Africans. So anybody in the diaspora, whether you're Afro-Jamaican, Afro-American, Afro-Panamanian, Afro-Puerto Rican, Afro-Dominicanian, Afro-Jamaican, all those Americas. If you are Black in the Americas and your ancestors come from Africa, I'm talking to us right now. I have a lot of native continental African friends. And this chat is for anybody that wants to watch, but I'm addressing my people in the diaspora. That's just for everyone that's tuning in right now. Let me wave to everybody. What's up, Abala Litima? How is everybody doing? How's everybody's health? Hope everybody's staying healthy in this time. What's good, Joseph? What's good to be Alpha? Abala Litima. When you're gonna start learning Crosser, bro? Joseph, when you gonna start learning Crosser? Yeah, so that's a little bit of background why I'm doing this live video.